Well, how satisfying was Sunday after some of the frustrations you had in training camp, the preseason, just trying to stay on the field, to go out there and really get your first extended NFL action?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, obviously it's been, with the injury back in OTAs and whatnot, it was a tough couple months of just, trying to make the team and, trying to find a role. And so just was fortunate with the opportunity to get out there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun getting a W with the team was great. Love that. And so just got to keep building on that and, keep improving my game.
We'll go to James.
Well, can you take us through the 43-yard catch and maybe what you saw on the play, maybe how long the ball took to get to you? I don't know if that's the mindset on that type of play, but also to piggyback off of that, just the reaction from your family, friends back home.
Yeah. I felt kind of like the defense kind of blew the coverage there, saw that corner sit, and I was like, oh man, I might get an opportunity here. And then, like you said, yeah, it felt like it was in slow motion, and the ball was in the air for a while. It seemed like for me, I'm just waiting, like, all right, I got to catch this and try and make something happen. So, it all was, it happened in like slow motion, but then I kind of blanked out. Like it was just kind of one of those, first play things. So, but it was cool. Yeah. And then, my family, just happy that I was out there and, making a play. So I was just fortunate for the opportunity.
Just one quick follow-up. Well, guess what was the mindset going into your first game? Like, you're going to play, or at least you're available to play, and just maybe that deep breath and that sigh of relief of having some success and knowing, I guess, officially I'm in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. With some more tight ends down and whatnot, I knew I had an opportunity to get in there and play. And, I didn't know exactly how many plays it was going to be or whatever. And it was just, hey, whenever I get my moment, try and make the most of it. And, so yeah, it was just a cool opportunity to get in there. And, yeah, once you get in there, you kind of take that deep breath and, all right, hey, this is football. I've been doing this my whole life, and it's obviously at the highest level, but, like, hey, this is a cool moment. Enjoy it, soak it in.
Kent.
Hey, Will, when you make that catch and you're running down the right sideline and you've got a defensive player coming toward you, how do you make the decision what you're going to do, whether you're going to lower your shoulder into him, stiff arm, try to outrun him? What's that process like?
Yeah, for me, for that being my first catch and whatnot, I was like, hey, get the yard, secure the ball, and let's get the next play going. I thought, I'm looking back at it, hey, maybe should I have cut back or do whatever? And I'm happy with my decision, get the yards and let's play the next play.
Greg, you got a question? Still muted. We'll go to chat. Oh, there you are.
A lot of. You want me to go ahead? Well, a lot of times you see in Major League Baseball, guys have their first hit and they throw the ball in the dugout so they can keep it. I don't suppose you got a chance to keep that first football, because you just never know.
No. Yeah, no. If it was a touchdown, then for sure, but no. Yeah. No.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Greg.
Hey, Will. I joined a little bit late, and I don't know how to operate the mute button apparently, so I might be screwing this whole thing up. I don't know if we were told to avoid this topic or not, but you and Anthony are drafted same draft class, and so you're connected that way. Plus your team, all that stuff. What is it? What's the vibe like for you, if nothing else, but the locker room, just for that guy and Ryan Kelly, actually for both of them, but for you specifically because of the draft thing, for Anthony to go down like that?
As far as, I'm sorry, I kind of missed the question.
Just what's the vibe? What's the? I mean, I know it's next man up and all that, but this feels a little bit different. He's your quarterback, and that's the most important position in the NFL.
With him getting hurt, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, with him now being out for as long as it takes.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I think that's having a player like him down for that part of the game, is unfortunate because he's a great player and he makes stuff happen, as you guys seen. But yeah, I mean, just like football at any level, if something unfortunate like that happens, it's the next man up, and everyone here is prepared accordingly to to be able to play at any moment. And I know a guy like Gardner, he prepares just as hard as anyone, if not more. He's a coach on the field, and he's a playmaker. So everyone on this team prepares to be able to play at any moment. And so when their number gets called, they're going to make the plays.